Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Penny Craig and I will be your instructor for this course, EdTech 670. I hope that you are looking forward to a compressed 5 weeks. We do as much work in 5 weeks as you would normally do in 16, so please look ahead at the assignment list and please review the syllabus to begin course. Communication. Communication is vital to making sure that you learn as much as possible within this course. If there's something that you don't understand or if you can't find something, please shoot me a quick email. You can email me through Canvas or you can email me directly at pcraig@bsu.edu. I do try to answer within 24 hours, but sometimes it might take me up to 48 hours to answer your questions. If you have not heard from me within the 48 hours, please shoot me an email that says, hey, did you get this? To make sure that I did get it. Sometimes emails end up in my junk or my clutter folder, and I don't check those as often as I check my normal, regular BSU email. So by using your BSU email, I'm better able to communicate with you. Also, if you would please tell me which class you are in. In Summer 2, I have 3 classes going, and it makes it easier for me to be able to go directly into the class without actually having to go into the grade roster and look to see which class is this person in and what's the question about. So if you can just tell me straight up front, hey, Dr. Craig, I'm in EdTech 670. I have a question about, and whatever your question is. I'm going to show you an example of a poorly written email. Please understand, I'm old school in a way. I do expect some formality. So more context, more information is always better than, could you explain to me what page 4 means? Because if I don't know what page 4 you're asking me about, I will have no way of answering you. So it will take 2 or 3 emails for us to get it all sorted out. Whereas if you will simply include all the information in the first email that tells me, hey, Dr. Craig, I've looked at the assignment. On the paragraph that says, whatever the paragraph says, I don't understand what you mean by this. And explain what you think I might mean, and then I will either confirm that or say, maybe that's not exactly right. But either way, you're communicating to me that you've actually looked at the assignment, you've actually taken the time to read the information, you've actually taken the time to do the assigned readings. Each module has additional readings besides our textbooks, so please make sure you're taking the time to at least quickly read those. I know in summer courses sometimes we don't always have the time that we need to fully sit down and think about. With a 5-week class, oftentimes you'll find yourself thinking about what we were discussing weeks after the class ends, and that's to be expected. Please feel free to contact me, again, even weeks after the course ends, and I will be glad to help you with questions or help you find resources or help you better understand maybe some of the things that weren't real clear during course time. I'm always available. My email is not going to change. I've been at the university for 20 years, and I've had the same email for 20 years. To begin class, the best thing you can do is actually look at the syllabus and the schedule. The syllabus has all the pertinent information in it. It is a contract or an agreement between us. However, I will say that it's not set in stone. It is my plan for the course, but if something happens and I see that the majority of those students are not understanding something, we'll change the schedule or we'll address what needs to be addressed in order to make it more clear to you. The schedule and the syllabus are on the same document. The syllabus itself is not necessarily subject to change. The content within it is pretty straightforward. It's typically all the sections that the university requires. The schedule at the end of the syllabus is what could be negotiable. The assignments that are there are described in Canvas. They're also listed at the bottom of the home page, so you can actually get to them there. Or you can click on the left where it says assignments, and you can get to the assignments there as well. Please make sure you have looked at the assignments during this first week so that you have a full understanding of what's coming. Weeks 1 and 2 are fairly light with assignments. Weeks 3 and 4 are much heavier. Week 4 has lots of things due. If you're able to, please work ahead a little bit because that will enable you to have additional time to focus on your final exam. There is no exam. On your final project, and I will grade as much as I can, as quickly as I can in week 4. So when you submit, I'll actually go in and every day look at what's been submitted, I am a night owl, so most of my grading will happen sometime between 10 and 2 in Eastern Standard Time. If you need to email me a question late at night, I will probably answer within a few hours. If you email me in the morning, it's probably going to be a little bit later in the morning before you get your answer. And please don't wait till the very last minute to email me. If you're struggling with something, please ask me. Try to begin your assignments early so that you have an understanding of what you don't know, as well as what you do understand. Some of the assignments are going to be very easy. You are welcome to use additional resources. I just ask that you note where you use those resources, that you cite things with APA 6, and that you include references where necessary. If you're designing, say, a rubric, or you're designing something that has already been designed by someone else, you are welcome to use that item as long as you give copyright to the person that actually created the item to begin with. The objectives for this course are listed in the syllabus. For this course, we are expecting that you will develop, if you don't already have, an understanding of the national, state, and local level impact that technology has on policies. You'll be researching policies in your own school as well as looking at those of others and looking at the details, the areas that are strengths, the areas that are weaknesses, the areas that could use improvement, and maybe you'll take back to your own school corporations the ideas that you glean from this course. We hope that you develop leadership skills and that the readings and the chapters in our books that we're using will help you to develop the knowledge to be able to initiate change and to be able to be leaders within your own school district. Hopefully, with the final project, you'll actually have a grant in hand that will get funded for the fall or possibly spring semester. We hope you also understand the ethics and inclusion. As a full-time instructor in the Department of Special Education, you will see that I do lean toward the assistive and adaptive technologies because many of those can be used in general education as well as in the special education classroom, but I am also always going to be looking for that inclusion. Are you including those children who have special needs? Are you including those technologies that will support those children? And is your school actually addressing those needs as well? That's one of the things I'm going to ask you to look for as you look at your school policies. And finally, we're going to ask you to be a change agent. As leaders, it's often hard to get those folks who have been in the classroom for multiple years to make change sometimes. And hopefully, by the end of this course, as we talk a little bit about professional development and we talk a little bit about how change happens, you'll be able to help those who are reticent and maybe even support one-on-one those folks who are trying or struggling with technology, and maybe you'll actually be that change agent within your own school. Our coursework is divided into modules. Those modules are equivalent to weeks. Within each module, there are several topics that we will cover each week, and for each week, you can expect to spend anywhere from 10 to 15 hours working on coursework. Normally, in a 16-week course, there's anywhere from 6 to 9 hours for coursework. In the summer, because we do all 16 weeks worth of work in just 5 weeks, technically that would triple. So you would be somewhere between 18 and however much you want to spend. I tried to limit the amount of work that you'll do. Everything that you do, all the assignments and all the discussions, will help to support your final project, which is a grant proposal. I suggest you go ahead and look at all of the assignments. They are listed at the very bottom of the home page. If you take the time to read each of the assignments, you'll be well informed on what I'm expecting, as well as understanding how each of the items work together in order to create a basis for your final project. All of your assignments are due by Sunday, 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. Some of you may be living in other states or somewhere around the world. Please make sure that you understand the time differences and that you submit your assignments in a timely manner so that they're not counted late. Each day that they are late, including minutes after the 11:59 deadline, is 10% off. So if you have something that's 10 days late, then you would actually get a 0 for that assignment. With a 5-week course, I don't expect that to happen. However, the exception to that is your final project. The final project is due on Friday. The semester ends technically Friday at 4 p.m., so I'm expecting your final project to be submitted somewhere around that time. Please be aware, on the final project, if it is late, it is a 0, and it is a significant amount of points, so please be careful with your final project to get it in on time. I would say that even if it's not done, no matter where it is, please do submit whatever you have at the time that it's due. As part of our work in this course, we will be reading 2 separate texts, as well as some individual PDFs, and there are some videos and other things linked. We do not read the textbooks in order. I have reordered the chapters so that the chapters actually fit together within the content of the materials that we're looking at within each module. So please note, within each module, it will list the chapters that you are to read, and the chapters often do not go in order. This course is hosted in Canvas, and if you aren't familiar with Canvas, it's similar to Blackboard, but things are in a little bit of a different place. You'll notice that there is a left-hand menu that guides our coursework. The left-hand menu has the home page, which is where you will find the video that you're watching now, as well as some basic course information and a list of all of the assignments. Below the word home, you'll see the word modules. Within the modules, all of our readings, all of our assignments, all of our discussion boards are posted. Below that, you will also see additional information available. You can see each of the pages that describe our assignments. You can see each of the various options. There are places to go to talk with others in the course. Under people, there's some collaboration options that are available as well. Each of those items may or may not be used in the course. Some of them are for tools that we will just have available for you to use. Others are what we will actually use in the course. They are stacked by importance. So the most important things are at the top, and the further you go down, the less important they are for our course, except when you come to the very bottom where you'll see grades listed. In Canvas, there is a notifications area that allows you to check things that you want to receive. I would strongly suggest that you check the announcements, because that's how I will communicate with you, that you check your notifications from Canvas, because that's often how I will reply to your emails, and that you also check the discussion boards. That will help you stay informed and up to date. There are multiple other things that you can check to have notified immediately. That notification will naturally go to your Ball State email. You can talk with the help desk about making changes to possibly having it go to another email. Again, this is a fairly new experience in Canvas, and we're all still learning. Some things I know about the student side and some things I don't. On the faculty side, I have everything turned green. It just makes my life easier if everything just comes straight to my Ball State email and I'm able to handle it there. So I hope that you do enjoy this class, and I hope that you enjoy learning about policy and technology practices in your K-12 classrooms.